MK, and I am here with another 14 days of Christmas, a day, I think 5, 4, I'm not really sure. I lost count. So I have pictures of us standing in front of the designated train that was going to be the Polar Express for this year. It's a diesel engine. So kind of disappointing, but it's okay. I guess they rotate between the steam and the diesels. I did not know that. I always thought it was the steam engines unless they were all being like worked on and things like that. So I'm just going through all the scraps and all the pieces that I picked out. I have 2 papers that I'm not sure which one I want to choose for my base. I'm just not really sure. It's a tough choice. So I pulled out both and thought I'd show you guys both of them instead of making that choice offline. But this one here, I can rotate it whichever way that I need it to work for my photos, which I think is pretty cool. There's no right or wrong way. And then this one, I just love all of the like longitude and latitude lines that were all inside that blueprint. And for my photos, I picked out this green, but I might see what they look like on the gray, because sometimes when you put your photo down on your photo mat, it changes the hue or the tone of your photo. And so I like to put it on different layouts or different papers before making that decision officially. So I also pulled out this chipboard so I could get that lantern. I just feel like the front of the train has that lantern on it. And so all of these little images from the Rustic Christmas collection have that lantern in there. I only chose 3 though. There was actually 4, but I chose to only use 3. So I also want to use this Believe word from the thickers or foam set. And then I have the alphas. I'm looking for them now. They're not in the same spot in every book, just to let you guys know that. But I plan on using these alphas in my title, to finish off my title. So I'm going to do that. I've been really good this go around to only use the sticker book letters and not reach in for my thickers. I really want to use this banner because I feel like it'll go well with these photos, especially if I can trim them down the way that I'm thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and make my decision and decide which papers do I want with my photos. So here's my 3 photos. The photos of the 2 gentlemen, that's the conductor and the ticket master of the train. So I went off camera and trimmed down all of my photos, and now I'm just trying to make my decision. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but do you see how the photos change when you put it on a different piece of paper? So in the blue, when I put them on the gray, they just seem dull and not as exciting. But then I went and I turned it on over to the green and they brightened. They just popped off that green. And so I'm definitely going to put them on the green. I do very small photo mats, but it still makes an impact on my layout. At least that's my mood and feel for it. I feel like it makes that impact, even though my borders are only, I think, 1/8 of an inch. No, probably only 1/16 of an inch around. So waste of paper, probably, but I have a lot. I have a lot. I think by the time that I get done with all of these layouts, I only have 2 or 3 pieces left from all the papers that I showed you guys on the 31st to show you which papers I was going to be using. So anyways, this is engine number 281. And every year for the Polar Express, they change it to engine number 1225. So, which is another thing I did not ever pay attention to. This is my 3rd ride on the Polar Express, and I did not know that they changed the numbers. Well, this year they also, because of PR and all that stealing of names and things like that, they couldn't designate it Polar Express anymore. Now it is the Santa's Reindeer Flyer. Not as exciting as the Polar Express. But I guess that the Polar Express is a trademark. And so they could no longer use that. And it's still the same ride. It's still the same story. It's still the same destination. We still get to see the North Pole, all that really cool stuff. But the thing about it is that it's not, you can't call it the Polar Express anymore. And that was disappointing because this Santa comes through and he gives you a bell and all that stuff. But this time he can't do that. It's a trademark of that movie and whatnot, and you can't do it. And so, it was a little disappointing because it was my kids's. It was all four of these children's first ride on the Polar Express, and my memories of it weren't the same. Cora and I have been on this ride a few more, like I said, two more times. And so it was disappointing for it to not be the same, but we still got to sing carols all the way there. And it was still a blast. We had the whole back cabin to ourselves, which was even better because normally when Cora and I ride this train, we end up getting smushed with a bunch of other people, which is just fine, for the holidays. But this go around, it was even better because we got the whole cabin to ourselves. It was nice. So anyways, just working on my title work, I went and I pulled out a bunch of scraps for this. I'm not sure if I showed you guys all the scraps, but I set them off to the side a while ago and completely forgot to keep reaching for them. And so I finally pulled them down and actually put them with my embellishments. So that way I remember to pull them out. I do want my main portion of the title to say "We Believe." But I don't like the fact that "we" is a little stuck. But then I have this banner that says Christmas. So now it's going to change to "We Believe in Christmas." So I definitely need to look for the letter, for the word "in." And I want it to be, to where it stands out, but the wood grain didn't stand out like I was expecting it to either, the taller wood grain letters. Plus, I wanted it to be different than the wood grain that I found. So I'm also pulling off of, I'm pulling off the sticker sheet. I was like, do I have another wax paper? That's weird. Which I don't ever bring back into the camera. So I apologize if my hands keep going over in there. The boots would have looked great on this layout, especially with the conductor's boots. Those would have looked great, but I couldn't get them to fit. So now I've got that lantern way up high, and I need to fill the gap between the lantern and the stripes at the bottom photo. Or I should say the photo on the right. And so I have forgotten about this bowl and to go through all of the items in this bowl for the last two layouts. I still have elements in packaging, and by now I would have split everything up in my little bowls and all over the place. I have not done that yet what is this, day? I want to say it's day 4. But yeah, I have not done that yet. And so I still need to do that. So after this layout, and the fact that look at all the elements that I added to, which, they filled the gap perfectly. I end up actually just disassembling all of my packaging, all of my chipboard alphas, everything, and putting them into my bowls. The chipboard, the thing about the chipboard is that it is cut through the sticker sheet. So when I pick it up, it feels so fragile. It's just coming off of the carrier because it's cut all the way through even the sticker sheet, and so, or your sticker portion. And so I just usually pop those off and add them to the rest of the embellishments because they're already cut out. It's weird. So yeah, I end up doing that too. And now what I'm doing is just gluing everything down. I really like how I just found everything that perfectly fit the way that I need it. I absolutely love seeing how all of this works. I found a tag that goes around that "We Believe" little sticker perfectly. I did rip it off because I thought I don't want to cover up that bottom portion of the tag. So I just went ahead and ripped it off. And now I'm going to work on the title. Now the title does take me quite a while because I found a menagerie of things to add to it. So one of the little sayings that I found in that little bowl is the most magical season. And so now my title says "We believe in the most magical season." And then of course the banner says Christmas underneath. So it doesn't have to say, I guess it does say, "We believe in the most magical season, Christmas." It's just but it fills in the gap beautifully. The rest of that tag will fill in the gap from the banner up to the word believe. So I thought that that was perfect. And I want to snuggle in the word in really well. So the N of the word in is going to be popped up. But my we is still just blah. So I found this again in a packaging that I would have found earlier had it all been taken out of these packages. So I found this little swag that's got a circle on it. In fact, I cover up that circle so fast I don't even know what it says. I think it says home for the holidays or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I am fussy cutting out the white just a little bit. These particular, or some of these particular images seem to be a little off cut, so I only had to cut half of the image because the other half was already offset just slightly and pretty close to the image already. So it went by pretty quick. But now I'm going to just take my we and cover up that black circle, whatever it said, and I'm just trying to angle it enough to not cover up the two gentlemen on the right very well. You know, I don't want them covered up completely. And this foam sticker, once it is stuck down, it is down, you guys. I tried to pull it back up and tuck it in, tuck my swag in a little bit. I could only get it so far, and I thought, you know what? It's perfect. Leave it. But I really do like how that turns out. I mean, all the menagerie of all the different little things that I have found work really well together. And then I found a little sticker that says the North Pole Express. So I thought, oh, that's perfect. And I added that to my my little tag up at the on top of that photo. And now I'm just going to work on the on the upper right cluster that I created. I have that little chipboard piece, but because I'm putting it on this really super uber thick wood, which I am so glad that I decided to go with thinner wood in my shop because, yeah, I like layering. I really do like layering my pieces, and the thinner wood allow me to do that. So I have a few of these thicker pieces left, but they will not be coming back. No, not at all. So anyways, going to go ahead and put it all together. I took that lantern, which was chipboard, and took off all the layers so that way I could layer it on top of that thick wood piece and it not be too thick for my album. I didn't want it to be a 1/4 inch thick. And then I found this word that's traditions, which is kind of a darker blue, almost like a dusty blue, but it also matches my Holly Jolly tag that I put on top of the upper photo on the left. So I really like bringing in that color, especially with this 49 and Market collection. But I'm very glad I picked the blue background as well because it matches my photos, which I didn't even think about until now. So I'm super happy with the way that it looks, even though it's not, like everything that I showed you at the beginning, I ended up adding so much more to it. I am very happy with the fact that I'm able to add a ton of embellishments because I have a lot, but it's not looking like I'm adding a ton of embellishments. It doesn't look like I just threw the whole package on the page and called it good. I really like how everything is combining together with the 3 different collections that I used. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. This series, Janet and I are doing this together, and then we asked other people to join us. I'm not sure if I've ever said that, and I feel really bad. But yes, this is a brainchild of Janet, Fritz, and I's. She is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. So please be sure to go check out her channel link in the description box down below this video to see, because she is playing along with every day, every day of 14 days, whereas the rest of the channel links are only every now and then. I've been kind of monitoring them, and yeah, we didn't ask for everybody to fully commit, which is fine. It's the holiday. I don't expect everybody to be, in their craft room creating because I asked them to. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it, and I will check y'all later. Bye.